Hello my beautiful subscribers of YouTube, how you doing? Let's just jump right into this video. I finally got my idler arm today, and if you saw in one of my videos here a couple days ago, my idler arm was really bad. That front left wheel, the front right wheel, passenger side, was shaking really bad, and I got up under there and started shaking some things and found that this was bad. It just got here today, and it came with a couple of new bolts, carbon pin there, see a little pin, and a grease fitting. And let's see, we got a couple brand new bolts here, right there, that go right here. Now, a lot of these, be careful, because when you order these, make sure you measure the bolt hole from here to here. This one's about a 2.5 inch. Then they have another idler arm that's about 3.5 inches apart. The bolt holes are, so be aware of that. Now, I am shooting this on my cell phone. I'm going to slide this off to the side, and I thought I was going to need my jack, but I'm not going to need it. So I'm going to come up under the vehicle and show you what I've done so far. And I've done a few things here to make the video a little bit faster. So let me grab my glasses, because my eyes aren't the greatest like they used to be. All right, now some of the tools you'll need a half inch breaker bar, or a good ratchet. 22 millimeter little socket for those bolts that hold the idler arm on, and also a 7/8 for the nut that actually bolts into the sway bar on the bottom here, the link. I believe that's what you call it. So let me get situated here. All right, so there's our idler arm, and I've gone ahead and done some of the prep work to make this video a little bit faster. On the back here, let's see, let me slide up under here a little bit more. I've gone ahead, taken out this pin that was right here. So that's out. I loosened this up, got this bolt loosened up, the nut, backed it out just about as far as I can get it. And then the next thing I did was come up here and gone ahead and loosen these guys here. Get one of these out. And I'll usually leave one in just for now, and I tuck my hammer. And if you have a pickle fork, and for you folks that don't know what a pickle fork is, it's basically a tool like this. You can get in here and hit this a few times, and it usually breaks free. Now, you can also use a regular tie rod in tool. You can just put it on the bottom and pop that off. That's one way you can do it. And let's see, I also took my hammer, and I hit this a couple of times right here. Believe it or not, it popped right out. Now, some guys will go ahead and also take off your bolt right here on the bottom of your pitman arm. You don't have to do that on this model, because once you get everything loose over here, it's pretty loose and it will come off. That's pretty cool. See that? Blue light? It's like a laser beam. Camera playing tricks. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do, I'm going to take this nut out, this big bolt out here, and I'm laying on my back. It's a little hard to talk, so bear with me. And once you get this out, this thing will drop down a little bit. Now, in some cases, if you can't get this off, go inside and take your steering wheel and rock it back and forth. Sometimes that'll loosen that up there. All right, so we got that out, and off that comes. And now we're ready to go ahead and take this off. Now, I think I can take my hand back here and get this off like this. All right, so there's that. That is off. We're not going to reuse that anyway. And now we'll go ahead and lift this out. I know, I'll make it look easy, right? Trust me, sometimes things are difficult, but I did some prep work. I tucked my hammer and hit that a bunch of times, so this will be loose. And my problem is, it's not here it's loose. It's back here on this part. I don't know if I'm going to be able to shake it, but the whole thing is loose. But you saw it in my video the other day. So now we're just going to reverse steps. Put that over here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this guy here off just for now. Now, one thing I noticed is my original bolts are a little bit longer than what they gave me. And they gave me these guys here, these big Allen nuts, sort of, that you can stick in there. I'm just going to use my original ones, because they're a lot bigger and I know they'll work, and really doesn't make any difference at this point. So there's anything different here about that. So I'm going to kind of put those right here to have them prepped. So now I'm going to slide up under here. Oh, beautiful day out here, but tomorrow and the next 2 days it's going to rain and snow, and this is a perfect time to do this. So that was pretty easy, but what I'm going to have to do is set the camera down and get a pair of vice grips and turn this to make it go flush, because I can't do this with the camera in my hand. So let me do that. Alright, I got that flush, it's turned, and I got my first bolt started, and I got the bottom of the joint there into the link, and really I want to go ahead and start this top bolt. Now, sometimes you may have to move things around a little bit, and once I get these two tight, then all I really have to do is put the nut on there and tighten it down, put the carter pin in, and we're good. So I'm happy to get this done. Once I get all this tightened up and everything, we'll come back and we'll jack this wheel up on this side and shake it and see if it took the play out of it. And this will give you some idea how to replace your idler arm in your Ford Explorers or your Expeditions. So let me go ahead and tighten everything up here, and we'll come back and we'll check this wheel and see how it looks. Okay, it's on. Everything's tight, and there is the back of it. Do yourself a favor. Put your grease fittings on first and grease it. I took it off real quick before I tightened everything down, and there's one in the back. I think you might be able to see it's right about back in there. So it's full of grease, and I want to show you something here now. Let me get up. And you remember that other video when I kicked this wheel, how it shook? Now check it out. Look how solid that thing is now. Doesn't move no more. I am happy that took care of the problem. Wow. I can't believe I was driving on that. So I'm going to pull over in the yard and do a quick alignment, and we'll look at that before we wrap up the video. And now, as we finish up the video, we'll check the alignment here. And I tell you what, I could not ask for a closer alignment. A lot of you guys, if you want to do your own alignments on your vehicle, plenty of tutorials online. Run your string around the back like this. We'll just show you real quick. On the wheel. On this side. Make sure it's just snugly, just barely touching that back of the tire right there. And go up front and do your measurements. And your measurements should be about the same. Right there is about 1/8 of an inch. And there is 1/8 of an inch. You want just a little bit of toe in on your front wheels, because when you take off down the highway, your wheels want to flare out sort of like this. So to compensate for that, you bring the front end just a little bit to compensate that, so it'll stay in alignment. So I'm happy. This thing is pretty much aligned for now, and I know this is going to really help it out. So by replacing that idler arm, it should make this thing run 100% better. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Until then, be safe, help one another, and be kind. And until then, stay warm and toasty.